Rabies is one of the deadliest diseases known to man. Once symptoms begin, it's already too late. No treatment, no cure. Just a slow descent into terror, madness, and death. But what if I told you somehow against all odds, a few people have survived? Their stories are rare, their survival nearly impossible, and what they went through to cheat death will haunt you long after this video ends. So watch till the end, because one day this knowledge might save your life. Let's start with the basics. Rabies is a viral disease that attacks the nervous system. It's usually transmitted through the bite or scratch of an infected animal, often a dog, bat, raccoon, fox, or other mammal. But once it's inside you, the real horror begins. This virus doesn't hit immediately. It hides, it latches onto your nerves and slowly crawls through your body toward one final destination, your brain. And when it gets there, the nightmare truly begins. At first you may feel off, a little feverish, tired, maybe nauseated. You think it's the flu, but then things change. Suddenly you can't swallow. Your throat feels like it's closing. Your muscles twitch uncontrollably. And then the defining symptom of rabies hits you like a wave of horror, hydrophobia. You become terrified of water. Even the sound of running water can send you into violent spasms. You panic, your throat locks, you can't breathe, you try to drink, but your body won't let you. Every drop becomes a trigger. You're not just dying, you're drowning from the inside out while fully conscious. And this is just the beginning. Soon, you'll experience hallucinations, delirium, paranoia. Some patients scream uncontrollably. Others become violent, animalistic, biting, lashing out, growling like the creatures that infected them. Foam drips from the mouth. The pupils dilate. The body begins to shut down. And through it all, you remain terrifyingly aware. It's not just a disease. It's a psychological and physical torture chamber. And then, death. Usually from cardiac arrest, respiratory failure, or seizures. Once symptoms begin, the fatality rate is 99.9%. Let that sink in. Out of the tens of thousands of people infected every year, almost no one survives after symptoms appear. In fact, rabies has the highest fatality rate of any infectious disease known to science. So, how do you survive it? Here's what most people don't know. If you're bitten by a potentially rabid animal, the clock starts ticking, but the virus moves slowly. It can take anywhere from a few days to several months to reach your brain. And that delay? That's your one chance. If you act fast before symptoms begin, you can survive. First, immediately wash the wound with soap and water. Scrub for at least 15 minutes. This alone can significantly reduce your risk. Next, go to the hospital right away. There, doctors will administer post-exposure prophylaxis, PEP. It's a series of rabies vaccines, often combined with a shot of rabies immune globulin around the bite. If given before symptoms appear, this treatment is nearly 100% effective. But if you wait, if you hesitate, if the virus reaches your central nervous system, then it's too late. No vaccine can save you. No drug can cure you. Only a miracle can. And that brings us to the survivors. There aren't many. The most famous case is Jeanna Giese, a 15-year-old girl from Wisconsin. In 2004, she was bitten by a bat, but didn't receive the vaccine in time. Weeks later, she started experiencing symptoms: slurred speech, fatigue, and weakness. Everyone expected her to die, but her doctors decided to try something radical, something never attempted before. They placed her into a medically induced coma. The idea was to protect her brain while her immune system fought the virus. This experimental method became known as the Milwaukee Protocol, and against all odds, it worked. Jeanna survived. She became the first person in history to survive rabies without prior vaccination. Her story made headlines around the world, but her recovery was long and painful. She had to relearn how to walk, talk, and function. Still, she lived, and she gave others a sliver of hope. Since then, a handful of others have survived after using versions of the Milwaukee Protocol. A young boy in Colombia, a teenage girl in California, several children in India and the Philippines. But many of them were left with permanent brain damage, and most attempts to replicate the protocol failed. Even Gianna's own doctors have said it's not a guaranteed treatment and shouldn't be relied upon. In fact, out of more than 40 attempts since Gianna's case, only a few patients have survived. The truth is brutal. Rabies still wins, almost every time. That's why prevention is everything. Avoid contact with wild animals. Vaccinate your pets. And if you're bitten, wash the wound and seek medical help immediately. Don't wait for symptoms. Don't try to tough it out, because if you do, rabies won't just kill you. It will turn your final days into something worse than death. But for the rare few who fought back, who endured medically induced comas, organ failure, and months of rehabilitation, they are living proof that even the deadliest diseases can be challenged. Not easily, not often, but sometimes, just sometimes, the nightmare doesn't win, and that's the true medical horror and hope of rabies.